Alright, welcome to the PvP focused episode of How to Factions. Now, I'm going to warn you ahead of time, this is going to include a lot of things that most of you are probably not familiar with. So just be patient, I'm going to explain everything as best as I can. So hopefully after the end of this video, you'll be able to be a lot more familiar with how PvP works on Complex. So obviously you can see, where am I right now? This is a faction's Warzone Claims, alright? So right here, as you can see, what is this contraption? It is a auto brewer. So if you know anything about Minecraft, an auto brewer works, basically it just brews potions for you. Here's the type that they're running. I'm not going to have a schematic for this in the description, but I will link a couple videos that show you how to make some good auto brewers so you can, be able to make potions yourself. And as you can see, if I open this, there's fire resistance in here, there's regeneration, there's strength, and then there's instant health. You can make speed, you can make just about any potion you want, you can make from an auto brewer. Now the main reason I wanted to show this off is because if you do /shop, there is obviously no place for you to buy potions in. Not in miscellaneous, it's not in, anywhere, frankly. And that reason is because you can't buy them. You have to make them yourself through an auto brewer. So obviously you can make an auto brewer any way you want. Now a cool thing about the Warzone Claims is if I, roam, you can see this whole thing, you'll be like, oh, why can't I just blow into this with a creeper egg, right? Why can't I just get into what they have? In this world, which is the spawn world, you are actually not able to blow up anything. So all of this is completely safe because nobody can blow it up, nobody can do anything besides, look at it. It serves as a HCF or hardcore factions base in that manner. Now the only thing you can't do is place spawners in the war zone, or else that would be pretty powerful. But you can, if you wanted to, make vaults and stuff in the war zone, store some of your best loot and whatnot. You can store it in the war zone and no one is going to be able to touch it. Now the next thing I want to touch on is how you get armor. So basically the easiest way to do this is /kits. And so tier 4 gear, which is the best gear you can buy, is $100,000. And if you watched my last video on how to make money, you should be able to get $100,000 relatively easily. So if you were to buy this, then you would have a full netherite set, and you can go ahead and put this on PvP with this, when you have your potions from your auto brewer. But this is not the best armor you can get. This is not the best gear you can have to PvP. This is very basic. It will do what you need it to do. You'll be able to do damage and you won't take a bunch of damage. But there are many other things that you can add onto this that will help you be even better off. And that is through enchants or runes or custom enchants, whatever you know them as, that's what these are. And Complex has 4 different categories of runes: common rune, rare rune, legendary rune, and mythical rune. And each have a different cost, amount of XP that you need to spend in order to buy one of these. Now what you can do is you can right click on each one. You can get to where I was right then by doing /infuser. Go ahead and do it right now. If you do /infuser, you will open this up and then you can right click right here and it will show you all the enchants. Now I don't have, a necessarily thing like saying, oh, you should have poison dart, you shouldn't have well fed, you should have snowshoes. I think it's all just preference. There's, there are god set layouts, but at the same time, it is a lot of just preference, all of these do different things. And, you can just kind of choose what you want to add, as there is no enchant limit on, items. You can put as many of these as you want on a piece of armor. So some good ones are Sky Stepper right here. This is a good one. This basically makes it to where you can double jump. So like if you were to have Sky Stepper, you could jump once, and then if you jump and then crouch, you would be able to shoot up in the sky. And let me see if I have anything with Sky Stepper on it. Doesn't look like I have it, but you can kind of understand what I mean. You're basically able to double jump. Now another one that is very popular is Dasher, which is right here. This basically allows you to dash after someone. So this one's a little kind of harder to use, but if you were to put it on your boots, you'd be able to figure out. Basically, you jump and then sneak. So if you're doing like this, you would jump and then sneak, and then you would be propelled forward. And I'd like to show you all these visually, but I am lagging like a just like that. I'm just timing out all the time. Something with my Wi-Fi is just not working too well. So, you know, I would not really be able to show these off anyway. But once again, all the enchants are relatively useful depending on what you want to use them for. You know, all this stuff, you know, I think it's very beneficial to just kind of log on, do /infuser, and then take a look at all the enchants and see which ones you want. Now, you're not going to be able to pick which ones you want, but you can, you know, buy them at random and you'll get a random one that you might be able to use. And there's literally just so many enchants that you can choose from. And obviously the mythical enchants are going to be some of the best ones. They have some really good ones like Iron Lungs, and Life Force is a good one, and Refurbish is really good. And then they also have dark enchants, which only apply to things in the dark zone. So that's a little rundown of how to, you know, get some enchants. You can check them out. This, you know, you can also do this thing right here, which is called a rune incinerator. If you have some runes that you don't want, here, I'll show you right now, because I have some that I can give up. Basically, let's say I don't want some of these, you know, right here I can do /infuser, and then I can go right here and I can take this and press OK, and boom, I get XP for that. And I can do that for as many as I want. So if you have, you know, some runes that you just are not going to use, are not going to be useful for you, you can put them in the incinerator and you know, get XP for that. Another good thing you can do is these things right here are lucky gems. What you can do is you can press on these and then you can buy these. So let's say I buy 2, right? I get 2 lucky gems. You can see that they improve the chances of success on any rune. So on common it's 15, rare 10, and you can, you know, read the rest for yourself. But if I were to, let's say, let's just do a basic enchant. Yeah, let's just take well fed. Actually, do I have a sky stepper? I do. I could probably show this off. So you have a sky stepper right here, and then you can take one of these, just place it on top of it, and boom, it goes up to 92%, and then you can put the next one on there and 100%. Now I can actually put this on my boots, and I can show you right now, sky stepper, just like that. Now I just took damage because, you know, I don't have other enchants, but I just was able to double jump just like that, from jumping and then you know, crouching. So that's just about everything you need to know about the enchants and stuff and all that type of jazz. But now we are going to get into something that is very different on Complex than, to my knowledge, any other server, and that is what's called seasonals. Now they are exactly what, you know, their name suggests. They are seasonals. They are exclusive to each season. So if I do /infuser again, you can see this thing right here, create exclusive runes. And if I click this, you can see the different seasonals from every map ever. Some have come back, you know, like Valentine's, and I think, you know, Christmas maybe. Yeah, you know, some of these things have come back, you know, in use, but some of them are also very new, like Spooky. I'm pretty sure this is the first time it's been used. And as you can see, if you click on the Spooky sword or whatever, you can see what each one of these, you know, runes do. And basically you can get these runes on this current map. The map I'm playing right now is when you can get these runes. And as you can see, this is what a seasonal looks like. Here's some right here. These are all seasonal. So if I were to put this on, you can see that I have a different helmet on. You know, they all have their own custom textures and whatnot, but basically this helmet is going to act as its own kind of thing. If I go back to here and click on these spooky runes one more time, helmets have illusion enchant, which is right here. So with max level 5, for 13 seconds, you can become invisible and summon an illusion in your place, deceiving your foes. Basically, if I were to, actually, I can just tell you right now. So if, like, this is, you know, let's just get all that out of the way. So seasonals happen every season, right? So you can't get, like, this map that is right now, I cannot get a Christmas seasonal. Now you might say, you know, what's the, you know, hype in that? You know, you have to get them each, you know, every season and whatnot. I will explain how you are actually able to get seasonals from previous seasons after I explain what binds are. So if I do /binds, but basically you can set your you know, each enchant you want to a different, you know, key. So like 1 key is your 1 key, you know, but basically you set that to your 1 key, and then you can do this right here by, you know, this opens up your UI, whichever one of these hotkeys you want to do. So mine is that sneak and use item. So if I shift and right click, you can see right here, it shows me what I have to do to, you know, enable those abilities. So left button will do, you know, that will start the vampire bite, but there's nothing in the way to do that, so I'm not gonna be able to. And then 1 would do my illusion. So I'll wait for 56 seconds and then I can show y'all how the illusion works. So yeah, I understand if this is a little bit confusing, but you're just gonna have to play around with it yourself a little bit. But basically, the premise is this opens a menu, right? And then you can click one of your hotkeys above here in order to enable the, you know, enchant that is bound to each hotkey. As you can see, illusion is bound to my 1 and vampire bite is bound to my 2. So I should be able to do this now. Let's okay, well, I'm lagging. Let's get to a point where I'm not lagging and then I can show it off. So shift right click will open this, and then if I press the 1 button, you can see that I get spawned a little minion, and it's going to go around and basically be a decoy while I go and fight someone. As you can see, I'm invisible. You know, you can see my armor, but, you know, other people would not be able to see my armor. But yeah, that's a basic rundown on how seasonals kind of work. You know, if I do /infuser, each seasonal is going to have so many different things, right? And so there's a lot of different things, you know, you need to kind of learn and figure out and, you know, test for yourself. Any enchant will go up to 5. You know, these are illusion 1. This is an illusion 1 helmet. This is a illusion 4 helmet. You know, the max level is 5. And so all that's pretty, you know, pretty exciting. But as I said earlier in the video, you know, there is actually a way you can get these, you know, enchants, you know, even if you haven't played you know, or just in different maps. Like in this map, I could theoretically get a Christmas seasonal. And so the way to actually do that is to do /warp and then go to the reset vault. So this is the reset vault right here, and as you can see, it says items can be saved to your reset vault for usage after the map is reset. So basically this means if you put something in here, when this current map that I'm playing ends and the next one starts, I will be able to get stuff out of this reset vault that I saved during this map. So as you can see, if I were to open it, I have a lot of seasonals in here. These are all the seasonals I've gotten from this map, and I'm going to go ahead and add the seasonals I have in my inventory right now and go ahead and put these in here. You know, I want to make sure I bring all of these to the next map and I'm able to use them then. Obviously, this means that people who've played this server for a long time are going to have different seasonals. So the way you can get seasonals during, like, you know, seasonals from a past map during the map you're playing is if you kill them. If they're wearing a seasonal and you kill them, you get to keep that seasonal. You can put it in your reset vault and you can use it for however many maps to come. And boom, all my seasonals are in the reset vault. So this is a very, you know, dumbed down version of PvP, all this type of stuff. You know, it's very dumbed down as much as I can so that it's, you know, as simple to understand as possible. If anything, try and understand seasonals. That's the biggest part of PvP in this server. Enchants are pretty self-explanatory. Log on, look at them, see what they do, see which ones you want, yada yada yada. But seasonals are kind of hard to understand. You know, I'm still perfecting them myself. You know, the binds is a big thing. And so yeah, you know, that's, you know, very basic way to look at PvP on Complex. So, you know, if you enjoyed it, please leave a like, please subscribe as well, get me to 1,400 subs. I'm almost there. And without further ado, I will see you in the next video.